Yes!
Yes!
We're going to be jumping into game. I'm here, and Noah is still here. It looks like maybe the teams were thinking about fighting each other at level 1.
Yeah.
Didn't end up panning out that way, though. Just gonna reset back away.
Okay, I mean, I have to say that I'm pretty nervous in here because this is my first official game as a caster in English. So please, guys, be gentle with me. I'm also feeling as a call caster. So Middlecott is also my first time casting with you. So
it's fine. It's fine. We get the excuses out the way nice and early, so that everybody knows. Yeah. Unfortunately, there was an internet moment in the UK, and I think there's a ISP which isn't working.
In the whole UK.
Whole UK.
The whole UK is having an internet moment.
Well, I feel like the whole UK is having a moment most points, but we won't focus on that. We won't focus on that. I think what we're seeing here from Verdant, it's kind of just like classic Verdant. I will say though, the Braum is something we don't see as often from Clive in the bottom lane. Is going to provide them with something a little bit more defensive. But I've got some really cool trivia, Noah. I don't know if you know this.
Okay, tell me.
Okay, so the Partizan lineup, they actually played in NLC Div 2 last year as an entire roster. So the entire roster, they played in NLC Division 2, they won the spring split, they won the summer split, and now they've gone over to the EBL, won that, and have qualified to EMEA Masters.
So this is quite a fratricide situation we're having in here. You know, they're facing Verdant that come from the NLC first division. Okay.
This is what you don't understand about the NLC. Like we can once we went up to 3 seeds, we were never letting that go. Like we can go back down to 2. We're just gonna start exporting teams all around the ERLs, and well, they've done pretty well for themselves.
Pretty much imperialist talking here. So you took like one single roster and you said this is going to be our 3rd seed, and it's also in the play-in. I don't know if that's the best, the best strategy ever. And they are clashing together. Guys, you should have placed Partizan in another group.
True. Yeah. What's going on here? Hold on.
It was a nice idea. It was a nice idea. I totally give that credit to you guys. But now they are clashing. You don't want it to happen.
Well, and it's really important given the context of this group, right?
Yeah.
Because like it's going to be difficult to get out. This is like the group of death, right? As a lot of people are calling it.
I mean, I can understand. This is like the group of death. You have top contenders in the playing coming in, like to have Partizan, Verdant, and Tropic. Always for me is a team that you need to be aware of coming into the EM play. So you have players like top players like that. I mean, Robocall has been playing ERLs for so long. You have Danik. Going in there. This is a team with huge names. This is a group, sorry, with huge names. Okay, Taxer made its way to the top lane. It was not the best gang, but Life flash off. Now that's the top situation for Verdant, and we saw this middle cut in last.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I think Verdant came in and sort of continued the pace that they set in playoffs, right? Despite losing that final to Riddle, we were going, okay, how good is this team going to be coming in? And they've looked pretty damn good. I don't want to discount Partizan out, though. I think that once they hit level 6 especially, this composition just blows things up.
Yeah, definitely. As you are unlocking post-level 6, you're unlocking some certain very, very dangerous weapons. You're going to have Muffet Ult, you're going to have Gragas Ult, you're going to have Nautilus Ult. And I don't know if you, but I
think we just had a little bit of an issue on our end with the stream dropping off then.
Okay.
Nile might be dropping off the face of the earth. We've seen an attempted dive onto Nile's Jax before, and it really didn't go well for the opposing jungler. Nile starting off with taking a couple of turret shots is not the best way to go. Nile just waiting so long. It's that counter strike. He's going to pull it out too late though. First blood for Lundorf.
I mean, as far as we could see, it was maybe not the best dive in the world. It was maybe not the cleaner dive in the world, but it worked.
Yopper getting the concussive blow stacked up on him. Cox is going to be going back in, does still have that heal, is going to use it, and now Kevo forced to run away. About 20% HP on the Zeri. Definitely Verdant losing out on this trade. Yopper still chasing that down, but that Winter's Bite is going to stop the assault.
I mean, so far, what I'm learning out of this game is that NLC second division beats NLC first division. Am I right?
Well, at the moment it's looking a little bit like that. Clock's flashing for the hook. Here comes Rilla. Okay, we're going for a bot lane dive. 5 minutes in. Teleport is going to be pulled by Verdant to try and answer, but it will be too late. E-roll not able to get anything done. 2 on the board for Partizan.
I'm grabbing some pages from your knowledge about NLC scene, and I'm got to say that you can feel how the synergy between this Partizan roster has been built around the last months, because the way they are opening them up, the way Riley moved from the mid lane to have some impact here in the bot lane was absolutely massive, and they are moving all around the map. You know, they are threatening the top side, maybe not the best side, but it was a dive that went well. Oh my god, this looks bad for Zeri.
Well, I mean, the thing about Nautilus is he has a lot of damage. I think if that minion wave was maybe a little bit smaller, Clocks could have gone for a kill there. But you're right, it's something that we don't see in the ERL system very much. Certainly not like year on year, the exact same roster staying together. Honestly, Noah, there's a little bit of me which is thinking, if they do well at this EMEA Masters, do they just go on to another org? Like, what's the ceiling for these guys?
They are nomads, but they are brothers. They go together. It's like very anime-ish, you know, storytelling. We go together. We believe in the power of friendship, but at least the power of friendship gives you that synergy. They've been playing together for so long, and it pays dividends in the end. They are 2-0 right now, and we're talking about 1.2k gold advantage at minute 7 into the game. And you were talking about how post level 6 they were unlocking those champions. Now you have Mob Salt, you have Rag Assault, they are having impact in the game, they are roaming, and you want that. I think, you know, having Yoni having impact, getting Yoni having some impact in the bottom lane means a lot, because he was out roaming the Orianna. Orianna's work should be pushing the Johnny under the tower, not allowing him to roam, not allowing him to get that impact in the silence of the game. Now, Partizan's dominance alongside the map, it feels like that. They can do the trade, they can trade to the Herald, because right now the Verdant players dominate the top side of the game, and Nihilus Jax. I wonder if he's going to be, you know, that very monster we got to see in that last game.
It wouldn't surprise me, no, honestly, because you know, he's quite a good League of Legends player. But Partizan showed themselves to be a pretty decent League of Legends team, and now that slow-paced style that we saw from Verdant in the last game could come to bite them, because they are being outpaced, at least at the moment.
Yeah, definitely a bit outpaced, but you know, I'll let him cook. You know,
yeah.
Like, you know, the kids nowadays say this all the time, like let him cook. Drake for Partizan, Herald for Verdant. Now they can translate that Drake Herald into more gold, into more pressure. But I feel like the only lane which is a bit realistic to throw that Herald, even though Taxer is running here around the middle lane. The Orianna right now is pushing a bit, but maybe in the top lane you want to keep that advantage to Nihilus, right? You want that Jax to get fed. You want that Jax to grow into the game. So I want Taxer to pay some more attention to that top lane. You know, bot is like Xivir and Zeri. Okay,
yeah.
Like bot lane is the new top lane. I like to say that, because you have this kind of champions, you have hyper scaling AD carries, they are just farming. Just pay attention to all the parts of the game. You can give that advantage to Nihilus, even to Orianna. I mean, you can try to open through that mid lane, but it feels more realistic to give those resources to the guy that carried you out of last game.
Do you know what? I think that sounds like a pretty sound strategy, Noah. But this is the thing that Verdant have got for themselves. They've got carries in multiple lanes, so wherever you put this gold, you're going to get some value out of it, right?
I mean, I kind of like this composition, you know. You have four carries in your game, because I consider Vi sometimes as a win condition. You need to help her in certain situations. But I've seen Vice carrying out the game, and you have the massive combo. You have 3 delivered to Oriana, to Oriana's wall. So you have 4 threat composition in there. In the side of Partizan, though, it's gonna be all on Yone and Sivir, and this feels like a gank in top lane. You want to punish that Jax, definitely. Oh, he bite the bait.
He is going to get the stun onto Lindorf. I mean, Taxa is moving over. This has been a couple of times where Verdant's man on the top side has been in sticky situations, but the jungler has been right there waiting in the wings to bail him out. They must know this is happening. They're just going to go forward with the stun. There's a big commitment. Wow. They blow up the Jax. Verdant, they baited themselves, and Partizan get a double kill on Snille.
I said this during the analyst desk, and I'm going to repeat it. EVL is not waiting to be underestimated, and they demonstrate that, and they pay to those words every single EM/EM whatever. They deliver every single time to be, you know, like a top contender, at least when it comes to this play. And now it's 4-0. We're not talking anymore about 1k gold advantage. Now it's more than 2k gold advantage. Now we're talking about a Gragas that is fed. Gragas, I mean, suddenly it's not anymore about the Johnny and the Sivir. Suddenly you have to put into the table the Gragas damage, and he's building full AP. You have boots already, full build. You are looking for the first item, almost completed. This is not, you know, the tanky Wunder Gragas. No, we are talking about anything. This is glass cannon Gragas. He's throwing you not a barrel but a bomb, and that translates into single-handedly win a teamfight with one ability.
Yeah, like if you get like Q ult onto an AD carry, they do.
And he's done.
They do kind of just die. Verdant gonna listen to you now. Put that Herald down in the top lane. Gonna try and get some plate gold on Nero. And I'm not sure if he was actually in range to pick that one up. Meanwhile, Snille can exert a little bit of pressure onto Flight and Kevo here, but not too much, as he is just going to back away. And I think the thing here that is really worrying me for Verdant is if I look at Partizan, not only have they built themselves this lead, but they've got a composition that can take that lead and force the enemy team to interact with it. You can't get away from the Malphite, you can't get away from the Sivir, the Nautilus, all of these champions. They want to hurt you, and they have the tools to do that.
Definitely. I mean, they are screaming going to one direction, but you tell me. Oh. Not the best.
If they hit Noah, then they will.
Yeah, you have to land the skill shots. I mean, that's the tricky point. Okay. That's the tricky point. You have to land skill shots. If you land them, you win the same fight. But if you don't, well, at least you send a message, which I respect that, honestly. Maybe they didn't get the kill in the mid lane, but they forced flash out from Oriana, which translates into pressure, which translates into second Drake, which is what they wanted, right? So the result is the same. Partizan here is going to take the second Drake in a row. So yeah, they are half the way into the soul, which I expect to be. Well, it's not an exciting one. It's going to be Mountain Soul, whatever.
It's for Malphite, you know.
Yeah, that's true.
Like, you got the mountain in the game. You got the mountain on the rift. He's fine. He's just doing Malphite things. I think that Partizan actually were able to spot out Verdant's rotation towards the top side on a couple of wards laid in the enemy jungle, so they knew that this was going on, which means that Lindorf isn't going to play a blood price for this top tower, but it is Verdant getting the first objective in terms of those structures.
Definitely. I mean, it's massive. Don't misunderstand me. It's massive for Nile because he's getting that goal. He's getting goal from Pleiades. He's getting the goal from the first tower. But the Partizan is responding, giving a bad favor there in the bottom lane. They are responding with the first tower in the bottom lane. Even though, honestly, I was paying attention to the minimap and thought that maybe Yone was going to be able to punish a bit more the mid lane tower, but he was not. It's pretty much. The tower is pretty much okay in the mid lane, and Partizan can't get sleep, can't fall asleep into the game, into the mid game, because I really can feel that the Verdant composition can overtake them in the game. They can take over them. You're gonna have the Jax. Yes, the Jax is 0 and 2, but he's 20 minutes away and he's going to scale. Yeah, Oriana maybe She hasn't that much impact in the silence as Yone, but she's okay. She's scaling. She has a mid item, and she's going to give you free ults. She doesn't even have to, land the skill shot.
No.
Vi is going to do that for her. That's the best combo ever if you want to, play solo queue free with a friend of yours like Big Vi, Big Oriana. It's free. It's point and click shockwave. Whatever you wanted into your life, and they are going to have them. Sivir doesn't have the much range. Yeah, she has a W to have some range and clear the wave, but she's going to be exposed all the time to that shockwave.
Yeah, and the thing is, we haven't had that big explosive team fight. If the abilities just land from really either of these compositions, it looks very, very good for you. And you can only look back to our previous game, right? Verdant were fairly even with Rad for most of that, and then all of a sudden Erol hits 4 people with an Emperor's Divide and the game isn't very close anymore. I don't feel like Verdant are in a point where they could necessarily make that play yet, because Partizan have shown that they are willing to try and push this goal lead. They've already taken both of these outer towers on the side of Verdant, who are trying to take down this mid lane tier 1, but I'm not sure if this Herald is even going to get a charge.
It's not going to. I mean, this happened twice today. Yeah, it feels really sad because, Verdant resources were invested into those heralds. The first was okay. It helped them to take the first tower into the game. But this second one, it feels like kind of meh. Kind of disappointing. It didn't even crash into the tower, and this is a problem because Partizan has a Sivir into the competition, and when you have this kind of champions that are literally cleaning waves away all the time in the game, waiting for their tower to spike, sometimes sieging that mid lane tower, it may be a hell. And if you don't have the siege potential, which honestly, Verdant, I don't feel like they have that massive siege potential. They have dive potential though, because you have Divine and you have the Jax, and you can, you use the combo. If you don't have the siege potential, it may be agonic for them to get to crash out that tower.
Well, and you extend that even to the side lanes, right? This Malphite Lundorf is fine to go up against the Jax, just sort of chilling, clearing the wave at his own tower. And Relay is always going to be favoured against an Oriana because, spoiler alert, that's just how Yone into Oriana is going to work on the side lane. So Partizan, that means that they're always going to be in positions where they can get first rotations towards objectives, and Verdant are always going to be playing from a disadvantage.
And if it keeps to be that way, it's going to favor all the time to Partizan. They are dominating the vision. Right now, the map is dark for Verdant. They have to face check versus Nautilus and Malphite. I wouldn't like to be in that position. Not being also the AD carry, honestly, because yes, you are a Zeri and you have a lot of good speed.
No, Clive! You tried to walk into your own jungle. That was your mistake, buddy. He's gonna burn a flash, gonna burn the glacial fissure to stay alive, but those are 2 tools that Verdant desperately would have wanted to have at their side. Partizan should be able to pick up Soul Point here. Verdant opting against contesting.
I mean, this is what we were talking about, right? And then Partizan gets the river first, gets the vision first, forces Verdant to face check every single bush, face check every single spot in the river. They force it, Clay flash away, and they got the 3rd rank in a row. And yeah, maybe it's not multi-sided soul, it's Molten Soul, but we were joking about, yeah, you have the rock, you have Molten Soul, yay, that's funny, but it's not funny for Verdant.
No.
Because right now, Malphite is going to be double hard to take down, and Gragas suddenly is a glass cannon Gragas, but it's going to be a tank Gragas as well. And it's tanky enough by himself, even full AP, so Verdant may be in the situation where they don't have the damage to one-shot Partizan's composition, and Partizan is going to be so okay about it. You have to join it. It's going to heal his 1 item and a half. You're gonna have Sivir, which loves long situation, which loves long team fighting. This is a comfort zone right now for the Partizan, and also they are setting the rules for the team fighting. Verdant is forced to fight in 5 minutes.
Yeah, fundamentally you need to contest that mounted soul, otherwise when Partizan pick it up, that probably is enough for them to win this game. Definitely one of the more powerful souls. We need to keep our eye on Nile, though. The longer this game goes on, the stronger this Jax is going to be. Verdant don't have a lot of time, but if they can buy a little bit more, then maybe this egg-loving top laner can turn into a win condition.
I mean, you have to make a choice in this game. Do you believe in the power of the rock, or do you believe in the power of the lantern? Which one is the strongest one?
They're both quite good. They're both quite good.
They are. I mean, they are. I mean, now Partizan takes the first tower in the mid lane, the outer tower in the mid lane. They are invading. Wow, this is very scary because in this situation, when a team gets to invade the enemy jungle, and I like to think about it like they are conquering the map. They are planting those flags, which are the wards, and they are expanding their vision net. That is dominance in this game. That is dominance in League of Legends. If you can see and your rivals cannot see, you are setting the rules.
Well, essentially, you're creating it's sort of like mass surveillance in the enemy jungle. And that's very unpleasant for Verdant because it means that when they want to go for plays, that they can't because the enemy team know what's coming. Still, though, the game not out of anyone's hands by any means. Still, only 4 kills in it. Still, only 1,500 gold, the lead for Partizans. They have been playing very well. They have scaled into this game. They are in a winning position. But Verdant, they've still got points of power for themselves.
You know, it feels like a mirror game from the last one, but in the last game it was Verdant in this situation. 4 kills so early in the game, but suddenly in the mid game it just slows down to not fighting anymore until one single teamfight that makes everything explode. And that's gonna be, in my opinion, the teamfight that we're going to have in 2 minutes for the last Drake, a Molten Drake that may be sold for Partizan, and this is absolutely massive. If, for example, Yone gets 1 single kill, he's gonna be unstoppable at this point of the game. They're already, and I'm loving this, when a team, you can feel when a team is getting ready for a very important situation in League of Legends is because they are buying clocks, they are buying stopwatches. You have right now 2 stopwatches, one on Gragas and the other one on Yone, which means that those are more survival resources in 2 very important champions into the red side team's composition. Another stopwatch for Silver, by the way.
And it's sort of one of those deceptive items because you spend the 750 gold on it, and that's a lot. But if the stopwatch means that you win a team fight, it's going to return so much more in terms of value. So that means that really having to pick one up, even though it means that he's slowing down his bloodthirst, I'm not sure he's going to get there anyway, as we've got 1 minute to go until the Drake.
I mean, I can feel like Partizan is a very methodic team. They come early into the river, they take the seat, they watch the waves, they are enjoying the beach in the Summoners Reef, they are placing those wards, turning the river into some sort of big brother, but this is nice.
Ooh, okay. Ooh, actually a
That's
flash
massive.
Out from Lundorf, and yeah, like that Malphite, he's 90% ultimate, 10% other things that champion does, and without the ultimate, Verdant are going to feel very happy to approach this Drake. Snille being ulted onto the cease and assist as Verdant diving forward with the Braum as well. Lundorf is going to be teleporting into fights. Massive cast from Snille. Completely splits everything. Completely splits Verdant as Relay dives into the back line and seals the fate of the team from the NLC. A clean ace for Partizan, and they head for Baron.
Oh my god, I feel very, very bad for Verdant because I really think that was a very smart move. They forced away both Flash and ult for Malphite, and you were not mistaken when you were saying that Malphite is 90% ult, unstoppable force, and 10%, you know, being a cool champion in a game with very nice skins. For me, in that situation, Verdant was in a very good spot to take over the next team fight, but suddenly, massive explosive cost, it was Glass Cannon Gragas. We were warning you guys. Look at this. What? Okay.
So they are just delaying the Baron for as long as possible so they can get the Drake as well and try and sync up those objectives. That's very, very smart stuff from Partizan, and Verdant, they're trying to pick up some scraps off the backside. Relay doesn't have the ultimate, and so Taxa and Erol should be able to take him down. Just about going to be able to flash over the wall. Gets the shield. Surely he doesn't get away. Taxa Hounds him towards Nile, who grabs the shutdown. Okay, Verdant, you're not completely out of the game, but it's looking very, very bad.
But both Yoni and Sivir are down, which means there are two less Baron Nashers to worry about. And Verdant are the ones that are pushing. Right now in this situation, looks like Partizan wants to defend that inner tower in the bottom lane. But okay, those were very important deals for the NLC team taking down both carries on the side of Partizan, and that's a situation where they can't punish with that auto power in the mid lane. You don't get to see this a lot of times. You know, a team grabbing Baron Nashor, a very important neutral objective, but suddenly they lose a skirmish. There are several skirmishes. You lose your carries, and the other team punishes you with a tower, which means, you know, a bounty for them. I don't feel like Verdant is dead.
Yeah, it feels like they should be. They got Ace
like they should,
into a Baron. They're down a Mountain Soul as well, but honestly, kind of just off the back of those 2 kills, they've been able to stymie the push from Partizan, who are only now approaching the towers of Verdant after nearly 2 minutes of the Baron buff. And yes, they're going to be able to get gold off this, but it's not as much gold as they would have got otherwise.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, Partizan right now, this should be the natural order of things in this game. Partizan have Baron Nashor, Partizan are pushing, Partizan are pressuring. Now here in the bottom lane, they lost several window opportunities by losing those carries quite quickly.
They're trying to find one, really coming over the wall. A fair bit of damage down onto Dax, actually, and with the power of the double Baron buffed up cannon minions, Partizan head straight for the in here. Verdant, recognizing that they can't stop them, want to prevent them from doing a double play.
This is maybe one of the oldest 4-1s, I guess I got to see. It's Malphite the one that is pressuring, solo pressuring here. The melee just giving away the Baron buff to the minions and slowly, you know, taking that mid lane tower down. Both inhibitor is really important. Partizan have the goal advantage, and it feels like this game is on their hands to win or to be won or to be lost. Mid lane tower is going to be destroyed. Mid inhib is exposed, and Verdant, you know, they are a bit right now supposed the situation is safe. The Maxi cannot defend this inhibitor, but yeah, maybe they are ready for the next fight. That should be the Elder Drake. 2 minutes and 50 seconds. I think they are going to be enough. There is going to be 3 items, which is a huge different business. So maybe if you can have the Zeri, so you know the Zeri moments, I like to call it. If Zeri can, you know, navigate the fight, maybe Verdant can take over.
But Noah, how do we find ourselves here, right? We've just seen a team lose 2 inhibitors with Baron and Elder spawning in 2 minutes, and we're going, hey, they could probably still get into it, because they can, right? Once that Zeri hits Infinity Edge, combine that with the shield disruption that she gets from her passive, Verdant still have a chance. Now, I think it is a chance that is dwindling, is a chance that's smaller than it has been so far in this game, because Partizan absolutely in a great position themselves, but there's still that chance, Noah.
There's still a chance. I mean, it's right? I mean, a lot of things happen into this competition, and when I say they have a chance, it's because Partizan, I mean, the Mengi says, and they've got it before, and I feel like Verdant are a very smart team. Like the situation they forced on the last break, it was a good situation for them that it could have went okay if Gragas was not that bad, but Gragas solo carried that situation. But I love how Partizan is delivering right now, because they are being so patient. They are not going ham, even though they have the resources to do that. They have Malphite and they have Gragas. They are just, you know, guys, we're going to chill. We are using the Baron buff. We are pushing slowly the wave. We are literally slowly destroying base. They are choking Verdant into his own territory.
And it's being timed so beautifully. Like, look, They're shoving this wave with a minute to go until the Baron, until the Elder. They know exactly what they need to do. Tuxa trying to get an engage off, but he fights Nille. That's not the priority target. Nille is a priority target, and he's helped contribute to a kill coming back for Verdant. But they need to watch out there. They're diving into the back like Kevo gets shut down. It is a double for Yopper, and I think that may just be it. A triple kill for Partizan's AD carry. Only Nille, only Snille left alive. And I don't think that Verdant are going to be able to stop this. Partizan teleporting into the base looking for the win.
Definitely patience is a virtue, and Partizan were so patient sieging those towers. And right now, only one tower is away. Is between them and the victory. Verdant is not taking 2 victories in a row. I'm sorry, NLC fans out there, but they got to pay respect to the ABL.
Absolutely have to pay respect to the EBL. What a performance.